Hello there. So I thought we're sick and tired of only watching and reacting to Marvel stuff, because that's all we react to at the minute.
That's all that gets released. Everything is stopped and it is not coming out.
I know. So this is a trailer that came out yesterday, I think. So this means this one's probably going to get copyrighted.
Probably.
Because I think it's Warner Brothers. No, it's Motion Pictures.
Oh.
So this is probably get taken down.
Why is that Disney the only people that don't copyright?
Because Disney make billions of dollars every minute. They don't care about trailers, do they? So we're going to react to this. Have you ever seen A Wrong Turn?
No.
Didn't think so. So A Wrong Turn, I'll give you a brief history. Wrong Turn is about a family of hunter cannibals who are all incestuous and stuff like that. And yeah, that's about it.
This is a reboot though, so I don't even know any of
Well,
that.
they say it's a reboot. We'll see. Because Wrong Turn fell into the Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th thing, where they constantly say they're going to reboot it, and then it just ends up being a sequel.
Oh.
I did not very good one at that. I think it's made about 8 Wrong Turns at this point, and they're all not very good. Well, the first one was alright, but the rest of them are not very good.
Do you know what we wouldn't have found if you would have stayed on the trail? A waterfall, a cliff.
Da, da, da.
What is that?
At that point, you would just leave.
They're in a wood.
We'll find the exit. Not the exit
of the wood.
Yeah. Just go back from where you came.
Like a ghost story.
Oh. I mean, idiots.
Idiots. It's the tent in a graveyard.
What?
We don't bother them. And they don't bother us. But anyone who goes up there, what is this place? They don't come back. It's happened before.
I mean, so it is a sequel. That's what it is. Is it a sequel?
living up there on the mountain.
I wonder if they'll show you one of them. Because they're all like deformed because inbreeding and stuff.
They said they would be the foundation on which a new nation would be built.
Oh. The little girl singing's creepy,
I don't
innit?
like that at all.
Little girl singing's creepy, innit? Alright! Oh, that's another one we can watch.
Cherry, yeah.
So I don't really know if we can go through it.
I mean, we could. It's whether or not we should is a different thing.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's definitely a sequel. If you did the whole 2003.
Yeah. It's the same director that did the original one by the looks of it, so which is good.
Yeah.
So it might not be like 3 out of 10. It might be like a 6 out of 10, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But the reason I don't like The Wrong Turns is right that they're essentially the same film as Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you probably won't get this because you don't watch horror films. But
for good reason. There's a good valid
some of the
reason
greatest movies ever made were original horror movies.
I don't like being scared. Some people love the feeling like that they get.
The thing is, you've been acclimatized to modern day horror movies, which are all jump scares. If you go back and watch the original ones, they don't need jump scares in order to scare people.
I just don't like scariness. I don't like it. I get scared like just
watching Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
That was when I was a child. Okay, leave me alone. No, I don't.
Yeah, it's just, it feels like, I don't know. Even that to me seemed very Leatherface.
It's gonna be very like gruesome. You can already tell. It's
Oh,
gonna
it'll
be
be
very
gruesome.
like.
Yeah, they're always gruesome.
Yeah, like, but I mean, like, it's gonna. That's gonna be the scariness of it. It's gonna be like them.
Well, it looks like it might have potential jump scares in it as well.
Yeah.
All of the ones have all, yeah, they are
God, I
just
hope
gore
you don't see
films.
people get eaten.
You normally do.
I couldn't handle Descent when we watched that because they were getting eaten. That to me was the scariest part about the whole movie. Was the people being eaten.
Yeah, but they were like, with that one, that was a low budget film, that one. So that was like, you could see like that there was a bit of rope or something that they were just sort of shaking around.
It was still disgusting.
Oh, then we'll go through
I draw the line at watching people being eaten. To me, that's why Jaws was so horrifying. When the concept of people being eaten.
Jaws was terrifying because they were in the water. That's
Well,
what
yeah,
scared me.
that as well. But I mean, do you not think though this right? I would. To me, my worst way to die is to be eaten alive. To be alive and knowing that there is another living thing feasting on my flesh.
You have to say it like that, don't you?
To add to add to
Awful way to say it.
it. Like that is just so like vile. Like it's just put me out of my misery by that. But if I'm dead, then
Well, I'm pretty
have
sure.
at it.
I'm pretty sure if someone, if like a shark bit you in half, surely there wouldn't be much long left to live.
Oh yeah, but I would still be alive. I still would have felt the initial gnashes going in and
Well, you
Cutting
wouldn't though, because
through
the
my
pain,
body.
the pain would just be that severe. You probably
Do you
wouldn't feel
know
it.
that for sure?
No.
Can you sit there and tell me that?
Well, oh yeah, because I've been bitten in half by a shark before, haven't I?
Exactly. You don't know that.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
It's like Hannibal when he's like feeding the guy his own brain. It's like I
Yeah, but
don't.
see that he wouldn't have known that because he was
Wouldn't
out of his head.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh no. But me as the viewer is disgusted.
No, the worst thing about that is when he gives the brain to a child.
Well, yeah. That's just a bit like okay. We get you're a bit of a weirdo, but okay. Just something about it. But this though, they're not going to be out of the head. Literally, they're going to be like just lying there. They're going to like cut them up and they're just going to start eating them.
Shall we go through the trailer? You wimp. Alright. Let's see what we can see.
Do you know what
It's a very big wood, isn't it? Where is this wood?
Probably in Canada somewhere. It's always in Canada.
Yeah.
They have a lot
Yeah.
of wood up there.
So these are obviously our would-be victims,
Yeah.
and the blonde girl seems to be our would-be heroine.
The only one that'll survive.
Yeah.
Or the last one to die.
Or the last one to die, yeah.
Yeah.
click?
That's the... It's a trap, sets off this big wood thing. This big tree that comes out of nowhere.
Why is it that none of the other trees are stopping it? Surely they could just run behind a tree.
What's weird to me is that this person feels the need to keep on recording as opposed to going, holy hell, I'm going to run to the side
And yeah.
and like not get hit by this big wooden thing. Right, okay, so we're I just start recording. So we're back and we're gonna do some more analysis of the
Wrong turn.
wrong turn. So we left it, and there was a big chunk of wood flying towards them, and we said, for some reason, they decided to keep on recording and not. See, this is the thing in common horror movies, right, or just
Yeah.
movies in general. There's like a big long thing rolling towards you, but if you're not in a confined space, why wouldn't you just go? Just gonna walk over there a couple of meters, and then it'll just roll past you.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this thought surely a tree would stop it. A thick tree. Just run behind a thick tree.
It might be like a really oaky tree. Just knocks other trees down.
I mean,
That's how science works.
I feel like in horror movies as well, knowledge and like intelligence just becomes void. Usually, except
Yeah.
for the main character. Usually, everyone becomes an idiot, and there's only one person
And
that's
the main
slightly
character
logical.
becomes a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're figuring all this stuff out, and they're doing, like they somehow know like how to like get out of all these tight situations, and everyone else just among.
That looks like he is resigning to his death. He is like, okay, tree, take me.
He's stuck in front of another tree. Why would he just go around the back of the tree?
Because he looks like he's been damaged. So this is probably not the tree that's about to kill him. This is probably him looking at one of the grotesque, disfigured
People.
creature things that are about to eat him. And this is him resigning to his fate.
I mean, it's hard to believe. If honestly, I just wouldn't be bothered for all the effort. I would just like, I mean, I wouldn't want to be eaten alive. I would make sure I died first. But there has to be a point of like where you're just like, I mean, I'm not going to get out. Do you think? Do you reckon there's some people?
Because I say this all the time. But if in any of these, in any horror movie scenario, I wouldn't let it stop me. So like, you know, when you see in Saw, because I know you haven't seen the Saws, but like there's times where they're strapped down.
Yeah, where
they're strapped down. I wouldn't let that strap hold me down.
Yeah.
It's that classic thing where if a woman's child is underneath a car, she'll lift the car to get her child. And I think it's exactly the same with most people. Like, you'd probably break your hand trying to get it out of a strap, but you wouldn't feel it at that point because your survival instincts would just be too.
Yeah, but yeah, I say that I probably would try, but I would probably be like bricking it.
Oh yeah, you'd be bricking it. Of course you would.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, of course.
Thing is though, like the place is rigged with traps. That in itself, you'd be hyper aware.
Luckily, we in the UK don't have a gigantic wood like that one.
Yeah, deforestation.
We do have woods, but just not as big as that. Cause that
the Dane. Can you imagine if the Dane was this?
There probably is cannibals living in the Dane, to be honest. See, she's just running away, and that looks like terrible special effects. That looks like she's just on a green screen, and they've got a picture of a giant tree.
Well, I mean, this might be one of the things where she like ducks behind like a little divot in the ground, you know?
Yeah, and it rose above her.
Yeah.
So begins the weird. Like a little girl singing. Ooh, that was cool. Did you see that? Lightning went upwards. Lightning went upwards.
You can get like weird lightning that like.
Does lightning go upwards? Lightning can't go upwards, can it?
You do get like weird lightning that like goes in different ways.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, the forking I understand, but it's going up. Looks like it's going up from the floor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can get different.
What? You can get lightning that goes up from the floor?
Not up from the floor. It's not going up from the floor. It's just going up in the sky, isn't it? It's just going across the sky.
Yeah, but no, that's the floor.
It's a perspective thing. That's a mountain. That's just back.
No, look, it was.
It wasn't.
It was. Right, hold on. There, look. Did you see
it goes down.
It doesn't go down.
It does go down.
Whatever. Right, so this looks like a little girl.
A child, yeah. Oh, I hope we don't see a child get eaten.
Oh no, it's not. It's a woman.
Maybe just.
No, but don't talk about
And this is the funny bit because like
idiot.
they've put that tent up in a graveyard.
That's not like what I meant. All intelligence and like just goes out the window in horror movies.
So
Why would you do
this?
this?
This might be because he's got blood on his face. This might be they've gone, okay, we need to settle down for the night, and they've rushed to put the tent down, and they haven't noticed that there's a graveyard out the front.
What, 2 meters from where they stood?
Yeah. Well, they have just watched their friend die.
I don't care who dies. I don't care what happens. I don't care. I am not spending the night in a graveyard if someone's just died. I don't care.
But look at the tombstones. They're not exactly jumping out, are they?
I don't care. It's the principle. You do not sleep in a graveyard. You're just asking to be killed. You are asking to be killed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the writer of the original Wrong Turn.
We don't bother them.
So it sounds like the people of this town know about the cannibals.
Right, and they just kind of just don't bother.
They don't bother them, and the cannibals don't bother them back.
Maybe there was some kind of like fight or something. Maybe that's gonna be like a backstory or something like that. They did some kind of fight, many fell.
Are these our would-be heroes?
I don't know.
This looks like the guy that got killed earlier on, and this looks like our would-be heroine.
Maybe, yeah.
They don't
And this looks like the guy who was casually sitting out the front of a graveyard.
Yeah.
bother us.
Very large wooded area.
That's weird.
Is that like a trap? I'm guessing. Not like a trap, but like a makeshift cage.
I thought it was like a tomb.
They've put them in like a box and they put some rocks on top of it so they can't get off, like up.
No, I thought it was like a coffin.
Well, I mean, it'll probably become their they'll probably die.
No, I
in
mean,
there,
like,
but-
I thought that was like almost vampire-y, that he was in that he was in like this coffin and he's resting, and then that's him sort of going, right, okay, now I'm gonna come out.
No, I thought it was just gonna have a trap, like the, you
Well,
know,
we'll see when we go and see it.
when we go see it.
This, I will say, is literally, this is very Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because like,
This is a chainsaw.
yeah, not just a chainsaw, but there's
Saw.
like a workshop.
Where's this
Like
place?
a sawmill
Yeah.
kind of place.
But then again, I suppose Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Wrong Turn, they're very similar in that they're both families that are sort of eating people. And at this point, what do you do when you're any of these people, when you see one of your friends getting dragged off into a hole? I would just be like, well, he's dead, I'm off.
I mean, how would you handle that? What would you do if that was one of your best friends?
They don't come back.
Well, he goes into a hole, doesn't he? So the thing is, you see this bit here when she's all sort of, oh my goodness.
Maybe there should be like a split of blood.
Has he just got into a trap,
Hang on.
or has he just got into like a pit of spikes? Because we see in this that all the traps are designed to maim people, aren't they? Not necessarily kill them, but at least to maim them so they can't escape. If you fall into a pit of spikes, you might
Oh.
not necessarily die, but you're not going anywhere.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily that. It's if like someone like had the leg like was like a chain, they were lying there for like the time. You instinctually you would go, okay, I'm gonna grab a hold of them. I'm gonna grab a hold of the chain.
Yeah, but then you might go into the pit.
But at least you tried.
Yeah, but I don't want to go into the pit.
Well, you could let go.
I know, but
As you got
I'd get a
there.
hold. I'd get a hold of the hand, and I'd be like, "Oh no, you're going into the pit! Oh no, ah!" And then I'd be like, then if they're down there and they're sort of injured, I would be like, "Oh well, I'll help you now." But I mean, it depends. It just depends, doesn't it?
Oh.
She looks like she's just seen something.
Well, I mean, that's not. I love how your friends are probably gonna watch this. This is very telling of how you would react in these.
Just
kind
don't
of
go
situations.
just don't go to a wood with me. No, my friends, or half my friends, are probably the reason we're stuck in the traps.
What, they would like fall down a cliff or something, and
Yeah.
they would like fall into one of the traps. Like they haven't even
Actually,
set it off.
I'm probably more infamous for hurting myself than anyone else.
I'd probably just trip over and land in a hole with spikes. That's me. I wouldn't even need the chain.
And
I'd just be
Nicole
dawdling along.
would probably be the horrible cannibal things trying to kill us.
Oh no, Sean. Oh no, Archie.
Hmm.
I mean
That
someone's
is-
head's gonna get stuck on that. Isn't
That
it?
is not designed to maim someone. That looks like it's designed to kill someone.
That
I don't think that's getting someone's head. I think that's something that's going to fall down.
yeah, like someone's head's gonna get mushed.
Not just if that. What if a big tree trunk covered in like the spikes aren't going to do any damage whatsoever? It's the trunk falling on you that you're just going to get squished.
That's why I said the head's just get.
There's no point in them spikes being there, is there? Because the trunk's just going to squish them.
Oh no. That's just added insult to injury,
Ah,
isn't it?
It's like a
The
middle
spikes.
finger.
It's like you're gonna die, but hey, at least you can say spikes killed you, not just a tree trunk.
It's happened before.
That's creepy. I don't like that. That's weird.
Why would you just?
Oh, I hear that.
Why don't?
Ugh. That's the kind of stuff that creeps me out. Just thinking that there's someone there watching you, that's just awful.
I'm like that in my own bedroom on the second floor when there's like a little shadow.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the... Oh, that's impossible.
We're really bad at this.
I know I am. There, that's what I'm looking for. This guy has got something around his mouth.
Haha.
And this is probably one of our disfigured Leatherface wannabes.
What if they aren't disfigured? I hope they kind of are disfigured. If they're supposed to be disfigured, they should be disfigured.
But in the original ones, they were literally just horrible, mangled, sort of mushed faces because they were just inbreeding. So it was like,
yeah.
that's what they were like.
But like a lot of times, in like especially recently, like people have an affinity to like make, like everyone has to be attractive. I hope they go the
What, you
extra
think
mile.
these are going to be indified?
I hope they aren't.
I doubt it. Horror films tend not to go down that route.
It's just
That's the big wood log thing.
doesn't look that big.
That's because we only get a small view of it, but I think that's the big log wood thing. The big tree that squashes that other guy.
Maybe she's climbing out of the hole
Hmm.
or something.
He's screaming. I bet he's just had his insides pulled out.
Why would you say that? Maybe he just watched his friend get pulled into a hole of spikes.
Yeah, true.
She's crying.
She's definitely just watched. She's been through some stuff. She's got war paint on.
Yeah. Maybe that was some kind of like ritual kind of thing. Before we eat you, we're gonna make you look like, you know, like a.
That looks like an underground tunnel style thing. This might be one of our disfigured monster
like
persons.
Leaders, yeah. The leader.
And then so these people are still living up there on the mountain.
He's been through some stuff. How wide his eyes are.
Yeah.
It's running.
Maybe he's just kind of gone the hell with this.
Do you know what it might be?
I'm off.
This is making us think that they're being watched by one of the horrible, creepy cannibal things. What if this is like the good person who's
Trying to help them.
Yeah, who's managed to survive, right? And that's just trying to help them and warn them. But because they're that quick to try and get away, they end up getting actually murdered by the actual person.
I mean, how would you react?
Oh yeah, I
If
would be
all
like,
these
yeah,
traps,
to hell with
if
you.
all these traps and stuff were going off and you saw something like that, you'd be like,
Yeah, I'd be like, to hell with you. I'm out of here. But
I'm either grabbing a very large stick and whacking you with it, or I'm bolting out there.
a lot of these kinds of horror movies like to do that recently, where it's like the
bad
person
guy
who
is
you
really
think
the
is
good
the
guy.
bad guy is actually the good guy.
It's kind of like that Until Dawn game.
Yeah.
The guy with the flamethrower is actually the guy that's trying to help them kill all these other
and
things.
Rami Malek isn't actually the bad guy. He is kind of a bad guy, but he's not really the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's coming from a nice place. The Appalachians.
This is going to be like the typical thing, isn't it? Where it's like, we're supposed to go on the south trail, but we chose to go on the north trail because it's edgy.
Because we're cool, yeah. Because we're cool.
Kind of thing.
That's that old guy that was like, do we still assume they're still up there?
Maybe he's the guy that's sending them up there. Maybe he knows. Maybe he's the bad guy. Maybe he's like sending people up there as like peace offerings for the town. That's the reason why they haven't attacked the town, is because he's sending people up there.
This is Goat Person by the looks of it. They've got a big goat mask on.
Turn.
Turn, yeah, because turn's in the title, you see.
So someone's just buggered off and left her.
Yeah.
Is what's happened.
That's
Which
what
I
would
mean,
like.
I kind of don't. I kind of don't blame.
He's got a big thing on his face there.
Got a big gash, hasn't he?
I bet he's had a bite taken out of him. I bet this is a guy that's escaped. He's had a bite taken out of his face.
And they're all like, "Oh my god, you left her," and he's like, "Yeah, obviously."
There's a bunch of falling and stuff. Then he gets a mask and dragged away and all that. And that looks like it's going to do some damage.
That is.
That is
That's
naughty.
going to take some heads off. I bet you. I bet you there's a moment where...
Oh, I accidentally subscribed. I don't want to subscribe. Sorry, One Media. I don't want to subscribe.
But yeah, so that's just gonna like absolutely like knock someone's head off. Their body's gonna go rolling, but the head's still gonna be on it and just swinging.
Well, that's not how physics would work.
This is a horror movie. Do you think physics works at all?
Yeah. The thing is, they're going to hit the head, send the body flying, and keep the head on.
Well, it could rip it off.
Yeah, but so what it'll do is it'll come, take the head off, and the body will just go, and then just fall.
Yeah, I didn't say it would go flying. I said it would go rolling.
You said it would go flying. We've literally got video proof.
Well, okay, but what I meant was that it would go rolling down like the hill.
It'll just go.
Yeah,
it'll just plop.
it'll just plop on the floor, and then it'll go rolling, and the head will still be on it.
They said they would be the foundation on which a new nation would be built.
Oh, motive. That's rare in a horror movie.
Maybe she was like, was there any survivors in the other ones? Or the first one?
There was, but oftentimes they would turn out to be bad guys. Like they would be indoctrinated to the family.
Really?
That was the last one or two, I think.
Uh.
This is the guy that was screaming earlier on. This is the big scary knife.
Yeah.
What if none of the traps actually kill people? That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Be weird. It's supposed to put having the traps if it's not going to kill people.
Just to scare them.
Maybe the traps were made by good people trying to warn them, hey, you're going to die. These traps aren't supposed to kill you, but if you keep on going this way, you will die.
Yeah. So that was us reacting to
Wrong turn.
The Wrong Turn. And I can't imagine that we're going to be... I mean, I'll go and see it.
I mean, I'll watch it. The issue is you can't just take a blanket into the cinema. I feel like I need a blanket with this movie. I need a blanket, my feet to be up and like hiding.
No, because it doesn't look like it's going to be a jump scare movie. It looks like it's going to be a gore movie.
I know, but it's more for comfort. And my feet have to be up because the
someone might be underneath you.
Yeah. And just grab your feet.
How old are you? Are you grown up yet?
No, I don't care.
So
I don't care.
let us know what you think down in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell to be notified when we upload. It's every day. We upload every day. Yeah. Let us know what you think. Anything you want to say?
Maybe it's called The Wrong Turn because they take a wrong turn.
Thanks for watching.
No, like they might, because like that thing I said with the trail, they might choose to go the wrong trail, wrong turn.
Shut up!
See?
I need to know.